Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Inside Out Smile. I'm your host, Dr. Amber Q, and today I'm feeling quite energetic. Somebody asked me why I was just really bouncy today, and I said, well, do you know what? It's because I've had a decent amount of sleep. And it's funny because there are two things that I'm terrible at. One is drinking enough water, and the other thing is sleeping a decent amount. And it's just because I'm constantly on the go. And for a long time, I've wanted to prioritize those two things. And I've been trying to get better at them. And it's funny because it's on the days where I will drink more or I will get more sleep and, just totally revitalizes me. And so basically today I had a decent amount of sleep, and I have been trying. So I think I tried as well to drink a decent amount the day before. And I think that's really helped me. And it just goes to show, of course, I'm very aware that people in Palestine and all over the world do not have water to drink. They do not have the ability to to rest and to sleep undisturbed. And obviously for the rest of us, these things, are available to us. And I have to admit, though, that I do struggle with them just purely because, as I said, I'm on the go. I always try to get to bed at a decent hour. Doesn't normally work. Hasn't been working recently. And then obviously I get up in the morning to pray. The pre-dawn prayer is so beautiful. It's such a spiritual time. And at the moment it's very early. So I do tend to go back to bed afterwards, but I just don't get enough, time to sleep properly. And that's one thing that I really kind of want to improve upon. I read an article recently about Casey Holmes. There's been a lot, I think, in the press about Casey Holmes and her daughter Suri recently. But there was something that I heard where she was describing lockdown, and she said that she was in a hammock. And basically they would, and I think at this time, obviously Suru was younger, but essentially they were doing creative things, and they were staying by a house by a lake, and they would sleep. She would sleep in a hammock and, get up, be creative, eat, etc. and sleep. And it sounded so lovely, so lovely. And of course, I love going away with friends and just doing kind of natural things, like taking time out, hiking, and just enjoying, my friends' company. But sleep I'm just trying to think how big a part does sleep play when I'm away with friends. And to be honest, even at home or away, obviously, one does want to be rejuvenated and rested. But again, that doesn't always happen. So I'd listened to this interview and I thought, wow, that sounds so great, because I really want to prioritize sleeping. And so today was one of those days where I had enough sleep, and I feel wonderful for it, especially as I've tried to hydrate myself as well. And it just brings to home that, we've lost sight, I think, of the most precious things, which is essentially time with family and friends, and just the simple pleasures of having food, just simple food, and simple natural food, hydration, and the ability to rest. And these are such beautiful things to cherish. So I'm feeling really good about that, because I've met up with dear friends. I've rested. I've had water. Now, if only the genocide would end. There's been some horrific things. And one thing I found quite heartening was the mainstream media was talking about, this rescue operations. I'm using air quotes. But everyone I spoke to was aware of the slaughter that happened on that day. And I took that as a good sign, actually. People who don't sort of normally look beyond mainstream media, even those people seem to know that the reality of, of what is happening is very different to that which is reported on mainstream media. So that gives me hope. But I'm intending to get a decent night's sleep today as well. So I'm going to toddle off now. And I hope that wherever you're listening to this, that you can get quality rest as well. And of course, one of the main things I think for getting quality sleep, apart from the fact that you actually have the time to achieve that, is to sort of just let your heart be free of any negativity before you go to bed. Count your blessings, be grateful, but also just to let go of anything that's, that's on your mind. Sleep without holding any grudges. It will make a huge difference. Until the next episode, let's all create connection and change and save lives.